Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, the best podcast in the world, the #1 podcast on Spotify, Apple,
wherever you find your podcast.
Wherever you find your podcast. We actually just checked the stats, and here we are, #1 slot. We've beat out Joe Rogan.
Whoa.
We've beat out every other podcast that's big.
Yes.
We are the biggest. We are the most listened to podcast in not only America, but the entire world. So thank you so much for being here. We love you. It's an honor and a privilege.
We couldn't do it without our loyal fans who come back every week and comment on all our videos and all our reels and all our TikToks.
Yeah. And we couldn't do it without all the positive comments, and all the... Wait, this is going down a bad rabbit hole. But okay, I'm so thankful for our actual listeners that understand us a little better, because when a TikTok gets on the wrong side of TikTok and people really... I feel like people can't think. I seriously am like, do you have a brain in there? I think you have a brain. I think we can think further into this. The things that they comment on the TikTok videos that go viral where people are like, I mean, obviously reels are hard because you're taking a very short clip from a well thought out conversation.
Yeah.
And it's near impossible to tell the whole story in a short clip, which is why I love long form. But sometimes the comments on the TikTok that are just like, how could you ever think that? It's obviously X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, that's literally what we said. You're doing so much to disagree, but you're actually proving my point.
Right.
Or just completely taking it out of context and being like, that wouldn't make sense because of specifically one of the ones that went viral recently. I feel like I shouldn't be complaining about this, but it was when Aaron and I were talking about couples getting the best room on vacation or group trips or something. And we were like, why does a couple automatically get the best room? Why couldn't two friends get the best room? Right. And that was literally the whole thing. It's really there's no right or wrong. And there's no if I had a couple friend, there's no way you're getting the master. It's not that the couple doesn't deserve the master. It's just that why is it that couples typically get the best room? It's just a thought experiment. Okay, you can do whatever you want. But then not every comment, but tons of comments are why would one person take the master? Why would one single person take the master bedroom? And I'm I never said that. I've never said that one person should get the master bedroom.
Yeah.
I've never said that a couple shouldn't get it. I just said that couples shouldn't automatically get the best room just because they're in a couple.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the reason. But if your friends want to be nice and say, "Oh, just put them in there because it's easy," great, do that. If everyone agrees. But it's just a thought experiment. But I feel people are just that would never make sense. And I'm yeah, but I appreciate the comments. Definitely comment. But people love being right, and it's so easy to think you're right or be right in the comment section of a short or a reel that's a snippet of a conversation. And I don't know. I also think that I don't know why, but I am not obsessed with being right.
Yeah.
I don't care about being right, honestly. If I'm wrong, okay, cool. I don't know. But I think that people love being right. One of the reasons I love debate is because a lot of the things we talk about on this podcast, there's no right answer. It's just our opinion and just what we would do. And everything is nuanced and situational. And it doesn't really matter a lot of the time.
Yeah. I think I like being right when I know that I'm right. If it's not a nuanced, debatable topic, if it's grass is green, the sky is blue type of thing.
Okay, wait, I agree with that.
And someone's just being really frustrating and kind of a know-it-all, but you're no, I know I'm right though.
Wait, that's true because I hated know-it-all. That's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm I don't like it when people tell me I'm wrong about things that I absolutely know are true. But if we're talking a lot of just the debates that we have on this podcast where it's okay, you like that and I like this and okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why we're great podcast hosts, and you should subscribe and stick around and comment and follow us on every platform that we have.
Absolutely. I second all of that.
Because we understand nuance. That's the thing. People on the internet, okay, I don't want to generalize. A lot of people on the internet, the people trolling, don't understand nuance or they don't watch the whole clip. So I think
yes.
And it's both are the problem. It's you either didn't watch the whole thing and you watched the first 3 seconds and you're getting a little fiery on the keyboard, or you just don't understand what we're talking about.
I think it's both. And I also think that I think this is one of the major problems with social media and hate comments and people spiraling in comment sections. I think that people tend to jump to worst case scenario when they're making assumptions about a certain reel. For example, we were having a conversation on the podcast where we were talking about giving someone a second chance, or like if you were dating a guy and you found out that, and I'm pretty sure what we said was if they were a bad boyfriend to someone in the past, but then they changed and they grew as a person and now that person was with me and they were a good boyfriend, I don't really mind that because that's life. Like we were basically saying that. Mm-hmm. And we clipped something like that and everyone was like, really? So if someone was like a murderer in the last relationship, you just would let it go? So if someone did like all these, I'm talking absolute worst case scenario, committing crimes against women, you would just let it go. Cool. And it's like, can we think for like, can we actually use our brains? Because I think you and I both know if we were chatting at like a coffee shop and we were like, yeah, I think that if someone made mistakes in their past and then they moved on and grew as a person, I would give them a chance if they proved that they should be worthy of a chance. You might be like, yeah, you know what? Growing is part of the human experience. I don't think we would automatically jump to like, wait, but if they committed heinous crimes, you would just let it go. And it's like, I never said that. Like you guys are saying that. Yeah. You guys are bringing this up because you're jumping to worst case scenario. You're jumping to the absolute worst thing that someone could have ever possibly done in their life and been like, you'd really give it a second chance? Do you think I'm an actual idiot? Like, do you think that we are so dumb? But the thing is they do. Yeah, like, because people love to assume other people are dumb and they love to be right in the comments and prove some point and like tell you that they're better than you in some sort of way. Yeah. And like, it doesn't even annoy me when people disagree, but it annoys me when people do stuff like that. And they literally jump to worst case scenario and like try to prove the opposite point. And it's like, you and I both know that that's not what we're talking about. And if you genuinely don't know that that's not what we're talking about, then that's your problem. It's just, that is something that really annoys me.
Yes,
about
agreed.
Like internet culture in general.
For sure.
And it's not just our videos.
Oh,
it's
no.
like every video.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Even the most like innocuous video online, it gets really crazy comments. People don't get like the most simple videos.
Yeah, you're right. It's like even the simplest of videos that's like, oh, I just like bought a Diet Coke from Burger King and like this happened. And people are like, well, what did you expect? Like, blah, blah, blah. And then they like go down and it's like, I expected to walk into a fast food place and spend $2 on a soda and leave. Like, I don't know. Like it's like everything, every video, people jump to this worst case scenario. For what? Like literally for what? And I actually think that it's to prove a point. It's to make themselves feel like they are like eating in the comments. Like, you really ate with that one. You really thought of something that I would never have thought of. Yeah. And it's like, obviously, if someone committed a heinous crime, I wouldn't date them. Yeah. But I think we know that that's not what we're talking about here. Yeah. Like, it's so annoying.
Right.
Once again, I'm not just talking about our videos. Like, I'm happy with almost any sort of engagement on our videos because it helps. But it like annoys me when I open comment sections and like that's what's happening with like people that clearly this is just a nice girl who's making a video that just, it ain't that deep. And you guys are like, what is this in the comments? And then they all feed off each other.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's happening a lot too.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I just went on that rant just now.
Much needed.
Yeah. Because that didn't happen. Like, that hasn't happened for so long.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, I don't know. I was with my friend yesterday and she was like, so many people are just dumb. And I was like, wow.
Yes.
That's really true.
Yeah.
None of our listeners, though.
No, none of y'all. None of y'all.
Well, I feel like that counts as my life update.
Okay.
Do you have a life update or should we just jump in?
I think we should just jump in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about dating hot takes. We're reading other people's dating hot takes.
Yes.
And we are judging them.
Sure.
Should we play like hot or not? Like hot take. Wait, what's a hot take? That would be like, okay, so it wouldn't really apply in this situation. Like a hot or not take. We're just really saying if we agree with it or not if it's like a crazy thing or not.
Oh, okay. That works. Yeah.
We will be reading these and debating if we agree.
Hot or not.
Yeah, I guess we can do hot or not with like, it's hot if we agree with it.
Yeah.
And it's not if we don't.
Right.
Okay. That's hot. We're sliving. Here we go. Okay. Number 1, dating hot take. Hot or not, Rebecca? Being ghosted and given a cliche rejection is the same thing. Both leave me confused as to what the real reason she lost interest is.
Well, one doesn't leave you confused if they gave a reason.
I think they're saying a cliche rejection, like a cliche, which,
Oh, like it's not you, it's me.
yes.
Right. So they're saying it's the same thing. Man, I'm already stumped.
I love it.
I'm already thinking of the nuance.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with hot. Are we putting a date number to this? Maybe nuance.
Tell me what number it would be hot for and not for.
I'm gonna say after 3.
After 3, they're the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. I think that it gives the same message, but I think it shows a different amount of consideration.
Or wait, 3 and below is what I meant.
Oh, wait. Yeah. So, okay.
Like if,
well, I think, yeah. Okay. Sorry. So you're saying,
like before
yes.
you really are in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, with someone. Then they're the same thing. They're the same like level.
Yes. I kind of still, yeah. Because, okay, if you go on a date with someone and then you both like just don't reach out after, is that really ghosting? Like, I don't think that's ghosting.
I don't either.
I think that it's pretty clear if neither of you reached out.
Yeah.
Because if you were a strong, independent person, regardless of your gender, and you wanted an extra or a second date, you could reach out to that person.
Yeah.
So you don't have to consider it ghosting if they don't text you after one date. But then if you texted them and they didn't answer, that would be the ghost, I think.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Now I'm like a third date. Okay. Maybe that's not the same.
Well, I think I get what you mean, though. Because it's not... Because this person isn't saying it shows you the same amount of consideration or the same amount of like positive character this person has. They're basically just saying the feeling that they're left with is the same. So whether this girl ghosts me and I'm wondering, what did I do wrong? Why did she ghost me? Or she texts me, it's not me, it's you. And it's like, okay, well, what's the reason though? Like, I still don't know either way is kind of what that's what I interpreted it as.
Then yeah, I stand by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to use nuance too. I think this is true. If the cliche rejection is genuinely, it's not me, it's you, I wish you the best. That's very, very cliche. But if the cliche reason is, hey, I had a nice time with you, I'm not feeling a romantic connection, and I wish you the best. I don't think that that's cliche, because it is cliche because it's used a lot, but that's a very genuine thing to say, because that's genuinely what so many people feel. Yeah. Like, I had a good time for an hour. I don't see us getting married one day. So, like,
yes,
good luck out there.
Yes.
And so I think that if people say that to you, you might think that they're lying, and you might be like, come on, give me the reason. Like, don't be a or like, don't be stuck up, just tell me the reason. And it's like, genuinely, like, it ain't that deep, you're a stranger, and I just like don't see this going anywhere.
Yes. Yeah. No, I totally agree, because it's like you're a stranger for so long. Yeah. In those early stages of dating, especially meeting, I guess, like in the wild or on the apps. If you don't have like a friend connection, they're truly like, you picked them out of a lineup. It takes so long to break out of that like stranger territory these days. So it is kind of the same feeling, because it's like, well, I don't really owe you anything and you don't owe me anything yet.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of that, I think the next one on the list, I kind of read ahead. The next dating hot take, ghosting isn't that big of a deal. People get way too attached to random people they haven't even met.
Yes, it is. Yes. I'm like pro ghosting, honestly.
Wait, you have to clarify that.
Okay, but like
to an extent. Oh, don't clip this one, you guys. Like, you know what's going to happen if you say that.
Maybe cut it out. That should be honestly like our thing. You know how, do you listen to Ride, the podcast?
No, that's a cool name though.
It's a Dear Media podcast. Benito Skinner, Benny Drama.
Okay, I don't know him.
Their little like thing is, Dear Media, clip this.
I love it.
Well, we should do that for Cut This Out.
Cut this out, because you know everyone's going to take the worst case scenario and they're going to be like, so if you were dating someone for 7 years and living with them and you were engaged, you really think you should ghost them. That's what you should do. And it's like, we don't live in the same world. No. I don't even think we live on the same planet. Not even in the same solar system, if we can't figure this one out.
I know. Okay, yeah. So I will clarify, even though I shouldn't really have to. Okay, yes, I will say I'm pro ghosting, again, like up until date 3, I guess. Because I think when it's hard to put a number to it, but I think when you're in those super early stages, like I just see these things on Facebook sometimes in these like Facebook groups or whatever of people being like, it's like a long paragraph of like, we went on the most magical first date and like he ghosted me. And I'm like, bro, it was a first date.
Is that even considered ghosting?
Like, no.
I like don't think that's ghosting.
I agree.
You know what ghosting is? Like, obviously there's levels to it, but when you meet up with a stranger, an absolute stranger, for 2 hours on a random Tuesday, and you had a good time, and you never see them again, like, you're gonna call that ghosting? Like, come on. My sister dated this guy. They knew each other for like, I don't know how long they knew each other, actually. A good chunk. They started dating. They went through their talking stage. This is in college. They started dating. Boyfriend and girlfriend. She went down to his family shore house, met his whole family. They're dating. They didn't go to the same college. They visited each other, knew each other's friends. He stopped answering her one day for like 3 weeks. Like, no communication at all. She's like, hey, like, are you alive? Like, I don't even know if you're alive. And this was like before Instagram was as big. Right. I don't know. Like he wasn't posting like Instagram stories, I don't think.
Right.
She like begged him. She was like, please, like, if you don't want to answer, like, if you don't want to date, like, that's fine. But can you just tell me if you're alive? Like, I actually don't know if you are alive or dead right now. And he didn't answer her for like 3 weeks or like 4 weeks or something. It was like a long time. And she was like, okay, like, I think she texted him and she was like, okay, I'm going to assume that we're not dating. And so goodbye. Like, I have no clue what's happening here. And then he texted her. Crazy thing to do. He texted her and he was like, hey, Erin, so sorry. Something about like the reason why. But what I've realized over these past few weeks is how much I love you and how much you mean to me and how much I really do want to be with you.
Wait, what?
She was like, what are you talking about? You completely ignore me for like 2 to 4 weeks when I'm texting you and you're reading my texts and like you're seeing that I'm genuinely concerned about your safety because we're dating. We're fully boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, he sent her this crazy message that was like, oh, sorry, like, I've just really realized how much you mean to me. And like, if you'll give me a second chance, like, I'd love to keep dating you.
Wait, what?
She was like, girl, we're never gonna speak again. Like, absolutely not.
I never knew this.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so strange. Really, really weird.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
See, that's ghosting.
Yeah, like, that's ghosting. And like, also, I'm not gonna say she's lucky, but like, in a way, she's lucky that he ever even answered her because that happens to people sometimes where their boyfriend, husband, like, falls off the face of the earth and they never hear from them again.
Yeah.
And I listen to this one podcast sometimes. There's a lawyer girl. Her name's Rebecca, actually.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, she's so interesting to me. She makes TikToks and has a podcast. Her name's Rebecca Maisel. Her podcast is called Rebuttal. And if you're into like law and American society and crime from a legal perspective, I think you may like her podcast. She really explains these like situations in a very cool way, like a very interesting, like normal person way. So she said this statistic or like this fact where basically when you go, okay, and sorry, I'm quoting her, so please don't hold me to this, but like she said something along the lines of when you go into the witness protection program, they offer you like you can come with one person or like one family or something, and everyone else in your life, like they'll never hear from you again.
Wow.
And she said so many men are cheating on their wives that when they go into the witness protection program, they go with their girlfriend, like with their side chick. Mm-hmm. And they disappear, and the wife and the kids never see the guy again, ever.
Wow.
He's gone.
But like, how do you even get into the witness protection program?
Like witness a crime or something. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know that, honestly.
Okay, I want to listen to that podcast.
I think she made a TikTok about that.
Okay.
So I can try to find it.
Okay.
I can try to find, actually, she makes a lot of TikToks,
I have
though.
questions.
I know. She makes a lot of TikToks, so I'm going to look for it. It's in the description.
Okay.
And I'll cut that out if I can't find it. So the link to her video is in the description of this podcast.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Like, that is like getting ghosted, you know? Or like, if you're dating someone for 6 months, not even like boyfriend, girlfriend, but like if you're actively going on dates and you're spending a ton of time together, talking every day over the phone, over text, like you meet each other's families, you friends, you hang out, like, and then that person randomly stops talking to you and never speaks to you again. That is ghosting to me. If you go on 2 dates with an absolute stranger and it's just not that deep, like I'm talking, you get drinks for an hour on Thursday, a week later you get drinks for an hour on Wednesday, and you just don't feel any connection and you don't talk to, neither of you ever reach out.
Yeah.
Is that really ghosting? Like,
No.
I just don't think so.
I don't either. Even if they ask you out again and then you don't answer, that's not what I mean by ghosting.
Yeah.
Maybe on paper it's ghosting, but like, again, after 2 dates of like hanging out for 3 to 4 hours, I don't know. Like, do I need to answer you and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just not feeling it, good luck out there?
See,
like,
the thing is, I think you could.
no, you could, but like, you don't have to.
And I also think that this depends on where people live, because like we talk about dating in a major city where dating culture is a numbers game.
Yes.
Like, you go on X amount of dates until you find the person that you're meant to be with. And like, so many people are not going to be your person, even so many amazing people. And I think this is why people get attached. You will have chemistry with people and they're still not going to be your soulmate. You're going to have chemistry with hundreds of people in your lifetime. One of them, most likely, is going to be the person you marry. Maybe 2, talking statistically.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3 in this society. But like, most of them are not going to be your person, but it's a great time. You had a great time with them.
Right.
But I think that it's the chemistry that hooks people and forms this like infatuation where people like tell themselves a story in their head and they think that they're so connected to this person. And it's like, this could really be the guy. This is a stranger. Like, and I'm really sorry. And it sucks. Like, I know that feeling to meet someone and be like, yeah, we had so much chemistry. Like, how could they not feel it? It's a stranger and you hung out for 2 hours. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. And you had a great time because you're a great person. But like, if they don't text you again, it would have been more considerate if they did, but like, it's a stranger, like,
I know.
at the same time, and like, I don't want to like break your heart. And yes, in black and white, it would be more considerate for them to just text you and let you know. But also, like, people are busy, and I'm trying to, like, if I was giving my friend advice, I'd be like, it's just realistic that this is gonna happen, because this is just, like, the dating culture that happens in the city of Philadelphia, at least. And, like, stop getting your hopes up. And you won't get your heart broken by a stranger that you don't know.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's really hard. Anyway, sorry. I'm like yapping so much.
No, yeah, it is hard. But like, it's less hard if you kind of treat it as like a very low stakes type of thing.
Yes.
And I feel like I can see the rebuttals in my head of like, well, this is the problem with modern dating. It's like, yes, it is, but this is what we're dealing with. It just is the reality, unfortunately. And I don't really think it's going to change, like, for a while at least.
I think that honestly, like, if someone texts you, I feel like answering them is nice. I feel like you're selling yourself short because you do answer most people. Like, I feel like I'm with you when you're like, oh, this guy, like, he was really nice, but it's just like not my person. And you're like, should I answer? Like, I feel like you're always answering.
I know.
Like, you're always the one answering. Like, so I
know.
feel like you're probably just like, I don't have to. And it's like, yeah, I guess you don't have to, but like, you do. Like, you personally.
Because I think for the most part, I've been on dates with like 99% of guys I've been out with are like, they're like normal, they're nice, they're not like, no horror stories really. So in that sense, it's like, okay, it's not going to kill me to type like 2 sentences and hit send.
Yeah.
So yeah, I typically don't ghost, but I'm just saying, I'm not offended if I get that in return.
Okay.
I guess like after one date, even if I think it's great and I never hear from him again, I like literally don't care. Because it's just like, okay, like it was like it's part of my lore now. Yeah. And it is what it is. It's just part of like, we're all in this hamster wheel, unfortunately.
Wait, do you think though, if you had a good time and you're like, yeah, if this guy texts me, I would go on a second date. Do you ever feel like they're saying the same thing? And then so it's this like missed connection?
Yeah, maybe. That could be very true.
Yeah. But I wonder if it's also like,
I think we also feel similarly, because I know we've had talks about like, we don't really believe in like love at first sight and like all those types of sentiments. So like from my perspective, a first date could be really good and still just be like nothing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's like that was kind of like the whole point I was just making.
Yeah. Like that's why I just don't like really get my hopes up or like envision all these things, because it's like, yeah, it's a fun night and I'm like glad I like got dressed up and left my house and got a free drink.
Yeah.
not to like, But honestly, that's like what goes through my head when sometimes these things happen. You just never hear from them. And it's like, well, yeah, because we're all matching with like dozens of people. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, which is like keeping up all these different types of conversations and like all these talking to a million people. So it's like, I just really don't take it personally.
Yeah. And I think that that's where I notice that some of the feedback that we even get on our podcast when we talk about dating is people that come from or that live in a place where the dating culture is just different, especially maybe in like a small town or like a rural area where there aren't thousands, tens of thousands of people on Hinge, and that you might go on one date in 3 months and there's only one person that is going to take you on one date. Whereas when you live in a city, especially a major city that has a lot of young people, it's so different. Like, and it's a numbers game. Like, and I feel like that might sound bad to some people. Like, if you're a hopeless romantic, you might not want to hear that. You might want to be like, no, like, I know that me and my soulmate, we're going to cross paths and we're just going to know. And 9 days later, we're going to be engaged. And it's like, that's a really nice story. And if you can think of one person on earth or I guess two, that happened to, like, sure, we can think of one situation. Like, I know of one influencer that was like that, that I follow on Instagram. But that's one. Yeah. Like, I could almost guarantee you that, like, almost everyone else I know has either met their partner on a dating app or they went through this getting to know you phase and then they fell in love over time, over getting to know who we truly are, not who I saw on the first date.
Yeah.
You know, like,
oh my God.
And so it's almost like speed dating, honestly. Like, the dating culture and like being on Hinge and these apps and stuff in Philly where you're like getting drinks with that person, like every day of the week. It's so easy for someone that doesn't live there and doesn't engage in that type of dating culture to be like, this is the problem with modern dating. People don't like think it's special and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, it's because it's not special. I'm sorry. Like, that's actually really, it's hard to hear. But if you went to a speed dating event, do you think that every single conversation you had there would be absolutely meaningful and special, and you should be obligated to spend equal amounts of deep emotion and energy on each one of these conversations in speed dating? Do you think that's actually realistic? That's actually the opposite of the point of speed dating. Speed dating is to get to know a few interesting facts about this person, to save both of you time, and to rule out all of the people that aren't meant for you, which is most of the people on this earth, in a very efficient way. Yeah. In a non-emotional, efficient way. And I feel like dating in a city on dating apps is very similar to that.
Yes.
We're just, instead of dating for 30 seconds, you're dating for an hour at a bar.
Yeah.
And then people are like, this is the problem. And it's like, no, it's not.
Right.
Like, it's actually not. It's actually, the problem is people putting way too much pressure and falling in love with the false idea that they have of these people because of the stories that they're telling themselves in their head about this stranger. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yo, you ate with that one.
It just like gets to me because
same.
I feel for the people in the comments. I am in a relationship now happily, and I'm so lucky. Like, that's a privilege that I was able to find my person, like a person that I love and want to spend life with. Like, that's a privilege. That's great. Honestly, I went through my numbers game and he did too. Happened to land on the same number, and here we are. But like, the thing is, like, he went on a million dates before that, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know, but like, I don't know. It's just like, people just think too much, I think.
Yes, for sure. I try not to.
Kind of as you should, though.
I know. It's easy to do too when you're kind of in and out of like the dating world for so many years in a row. I feel sometimes when I'm giving advice to people who are like have been in relationships for a long time, now they're not, or like friends who are just maybe a little more like hopeless romantic than I am. And I feel for them because they kind of fall into this category of like really getting their hopes up, or like someone cancels the date and they're just like in a bad mood all day. And I'm just like, but this is like the name of the game. Like, you got to get your head in the game.
No, it's literally like speed dating. And it's like, let's say you're like going down the line of speed dating and you have like, there's 30 people there. So like you have 15 stations or no. Yeah. I don't know. However that would work. Yeah. With like speeding. And then like you sit down for the next one and the person's like, I'm so sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. And like for the 30 seconds you're supposed to be with them, they're in the bathroom, so you miss it. Are you really sitting there being like, that could have been my soulmate? Right. Like, if you actually believe in soulmates, you should actually just believe that that person was never meant for you. Yeah. They would have never canceled the date.
Yeah.
You know, they would have never went to the bathroom during your speed dating segment.
I think you told me this recently. You never miss what's meant for you or something.
Yeah. Like, it's like a quote.
Because something like random like that kind of happened where I'm like, oh, like what if it was fate? And you were like, no, if it was fate, it would have not like passed you by. And I'm like, you're right for that.
And I think that's something that, like, especially spiritual people,
Yeah.
I feel like that believe in like what's meant for you and fate and soulmates. It's funny because those are the people that get so caught up in trying so hard to make certain things happen because they feel like that's what's meant for them.
Yes.
When in reality, it's like you're disproving your own belief. Because if you genuinely believed in fate and destiny and soulmates, you wouldn't need to work that hard. You would just let that thing go because you know, because you believe in this magical, like, spiritual thing.
Yeah.
And you should believe that it's going to happen for you. And you don't need to, like, go out of your way to have it happen. I just made I did a solo episode recently about, like, letting go of things that aren't for you, like relationships and, like, getting over people and stuff. And this person wrote a story about how they're, like, so spiritual and they think that this guy is, like, their twin flame and their soulmate and they knew each other in a past life. And I was like, I feel sorry for you if you think you knew this guy in a past life because he sucks and this is not your soulmate.
Right.
And I made a video, like, I made a reel.
Because he sucks is crazy.
Yeah. No, seriously.
But yeah.
Like, he cheats on her, like, he doesn't date her, leads her on, plays house, blocks her every time he leaves her house, like, crawls back to her at 3 a.m. when he's bored. Like, she's like, he's my soulmate. I'm like, girl, slap yourself across the face 10 times and get out of this.
Yeah.
But I made a video and I was like, or I made a reel clipping my analysis of it. And I was like, if you genuinely think that this guy's your soulmate, so you actually think that the universe designed your soulmate to treat you like this, you think that this is what the all-knowing universe designed as your soulmate, that you deserve. You deserve to be treated this way by your soulmate, the perfect person for you. And somebody commented and was like, there are no soulmates. There are no, like, perfect people. Like, you need to get out of it because of what you physically deserve, not because of some, like, spiritual woo-woo thing. And I was like, I'm with you there. Like, I think that that's great. But, like, this person speaks in woo-woo. Like, they speak in spirituality. They understand spirituality. So I'm going to say this in a way that they understand because this is what they believe. But it's like, yeah, it's those people that are, like, hooked onto these things that they're like, how do I make this work? And it's like, if you actually believed in that, you wouldn't feel the need to make it work.
Right.
But, like, I've been there too because I'm spiritual like that. And, like, there's been people that I'm like, oh my God, I feel something for this guy. And then I'm like, wait, no, he actually sucks.
Right. The feeling is anxiety.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, actually.
No, that's so true.
So, yep.
The feeling is literally anxiety.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anxiety.
Should I read you another one?
Yes. That was good. I feel like we just solved everything.
I know, we really did.
About dating.
Dating hot take, hot or not. I feel like online dating doesn't allow enough time for things to develop naturally. Every time I'm dating a woman from an app, I feel like there's this nasty shot clock with it, that I only have a small window of time to make something happen.
Oh, okay. Interesting. A small window, eh?
Yeah, especially after I just went on a rant about how it's kind of like a version of speed dating.
Yeah, yeah. So are they saying women are not giving this guy enough chances, kind of a thing? Like, they have a small window to, like, show their true self?
I guess.
Like, attention spans, I guess. Is that what it's talking about?
I kind of just took it as kind of what we were saying earlier about how, like, when you are meeting a stranger on an app, it just ain't that deep. It's a first date.
Yeah.
And maybe they think that if they don't show every good thing about themselves, this person's just going to pass them up and be like, not worth my time. But how do you show someone who you truly are within one date? And I guess people see it as speed dating. So if you're not perfect, they just kind of, like, throw you away.
Right. Okay. Like, yes and no. I think you have to be very self-aware in dating. I think a lot of people think they're putting forth more effort than they actually are.
Oh.
And I'm sure I've been there as well. But, like, I really try in dating to ask thoughtful questions, be really engaged. And I will say, for the most part, like, guys I go out with, you know, it's not like they're on their phone or, like, looking around the room or something, but it's like they don't know how to have a conversation. Like, I went on a date recently and I'm just, like, pulling teeth. Yeah. I am pulling teeth. And it's like, bro, you could ask me anything. We don't know each other at all. And it's like, you just, like, we're sitting there. And I do this thing where I refuse to, like, carry the whole date. Like, if he's not saying anything after me asking question after question, it's like, I can play this game too. I'll sit here in silence. Like, I don't care. I have nothing to feel awkward about, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you have to really be self-aware and be like, am I 100% present? Am I in this right now? And then they walk away and they're like, oh, like, she's never going to go out with me again, or like whatever this guy is trying to say. It's like, well, you weren't giving anything. You were giving me nothing.
I think that's actually such a good point, because not only do you have to put in effort, but you have to put in the correct effort.
Yeah.
Because you could put in effort on a date and like bring the girl flowers and make a reservation at a fancy dinner and put on your best outfit and get there and talk to her about like the food, or I don't know. And all of that would be cool. And it's like, yeah, that took a lot of effort and it took money and time and whatever. But did you ask her about the things that she wants in life? Did you ask her about her goals? Did you ask her about your non-negotiables and if they line up with hers? Did you ask her about her non-negotiables? Did you ask her, do you want kids? Do you want kids? Did you talk about long term? Where do you want to live? What's your relationship dream? What do you want the most in this life? And is it the same thing that I want? And if it's not, are those things compatible? Like, are you asking the right questions? Because speed dating can be hard, but it's a numbers game, because there are so many people that in black and white, they just aren't right for you. And I feel like people get caught up in the fact that charisma and chemistry exists in so many connections, but that doesn't mean that this person is compatible with you. And so I actually think that what you said is a great point, because if you are listening to our conversation and being like, but I don't want to just go speed dating because I want to form real connections. Well, you need to use the speed dating to rule out all the people that aren't right for you, and you can't get angry at them. Like, I feel like it's so easy to be like, oh, we had it like such a good date and then they just thought we weren't meant to be together and she didn't even give me a chance. Maybe she asked you the 3 most important things to her and you just didn't align. Maybe she said, are you religious? And you either said yes or no, and that was the opposite of her. You didn't think anything of it. You were like, I don't think that deeply. Of course I am or am not religious. But this is her number one thing. So yeah, already it's a maybe for her. And then maybe she said, do you want kids? And you said yes. And she's like, okay. And in her head, she's like, well, I never want kids. So this guy's already done for me. Maybe one more thing. Where do you want to live? I want to live on the East Coast. And she's like, oh, well, I've always dreamed of living in California. And you just thought that was like some casual conversation where she is putting in the right, or he, whatever, doesn't matter the gender. Someone here is putting in the correct amount of effort to truly get to know you and get to see if not only do you have chemistry, but are you compatible in black and white for marriage and a long-term relationship? But you just see it as like, she didn't give me a chance. And it's like, well, she found out what she needed to know and she ruled you out, because statistically, most people that you know, even if they're amazing, wonderful people, are not going to be compatible with you for marriage. So like, is that really that upsetting?
Yeah.
I just feel like people are, but then it's like people put this pressure on it because it's like, well, we had so much chemistry. I've had chemistry with a million people, but they didn't want to have kids, or they did want to have kids, or they were super religious and I don't care about church, or they want to live in Alaska and I want to live in Philadelphia. They're the best person, most amazing chemistry ever. Like, we had a great first date. They want to live in Alaska. I don't want to live there. Like, it's not that deep. They're a great person. I give them hearts. I think of them and I'm like, I hope you're doing well. You have to let go of the story you're telling yourself.
Yes.
And stop being bitter when people just are not compatible with you.
Exactly.
And let you know it too.
I know. And also normalize getting up halfway through the date. I think we all need to be doing more of that as well.
I feel like, it's like, this goes so deep. Like, we haven't even touched on people that like just aren't nice. Like,
that's true too.
Really even just scratching the surface of like the people that are good people, but just aren't compatible with you.
Yeah.
And like, we haven't even gotten into the people that are just terrible people. It's shocking how horrible people are.
I know.
Like, Jimmy sent us a text. If you've listened for a while, you know that Jimmy was one of our old co-hosts. Jimmy sent us a text about a date that he went on with this guy who was one of the most horrendous, like the way that this man spoke to him after their date was so insane. Wait, he actually told us that we could read the text.
Yeah, insane. That's such a good point. Like, we're just talking about normal people.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the crazies.
No. And they're out there.
They're out there, seriously.
It was in the Selena group chat.
Oh, it was? I think I would have never deleted that.
I bet you wish you're in that one. I bet you wish you're in that one. We're keeping an eye out for Selena.
Yeah, I did delete it.
Oh,
wait, why did you text me on May 22nd, Rebecca, and you said, Kelee, you're Fergus, and you said Jim is Alan? Why would you say that to me?
Oh, from Traders.
Oh, Alan Cumming.
Yes.
I'm Fergus. Okay, wait, you have to read the text because I deleted my text. Wait, to set the scene. Basically, Jimmy texted us and he's like, I just went on such a terrible date. He said that the guy was like late or something and then was kind of like arrogant during the date. But Jimmy was like playing it cool. Like, he was like, I'm going to be nice. Like, I'm already here. I'm going to be nice. Play the game.
Okay, he goes, I had the worst date of my life last week, LOL. Bragging about everything under the sun. I don't eat pizza in the city because none of them match up to mine I make at home. Quote, I would say I have the nicest apartment in the city, end quote.
Yeah, right. Where do you live? You live in a penthouse in Greenhouse?
He did say, but I don't want to say it.
Oh.
Quote, I don't need reservations at any of the top restaurants. It's great to know people, end quote. Cool. And then he made fun of people who had to walk during the Broad Street run.
That's so bad.
Then he was bragging about knowing Sheena from Vanderpump Rules.
One of the funniest things I think is when people flex on you by saying they like know someone from a reality show.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really cool. Like, I'm not saying like, that's awesome. Like, they're celebrities. Like, that's so
awesome.
cool. But like, you're not them.
Yeah.
Like, just because you know them, like, doesn't make you cool. Like,
Okay,
I am 2 steps away from every celebrity.
Then you texted Jimmy, a second date, question mark?
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy goes, hey, it was nice getting to meet you. I don't think we were a match, but enjoy the conversation. The guy goes, interesting. Okay, bye. Next text. You are right. I can't be with someone that drives 8 minutes to work. Absurd. Like,
no, 2 minutes ago, he wanted to go on a second date. And then when Jimmy said, sorry, we're not a match, very polite way to say it.
Yep.
He basically said, well, you're ugly anyway.
And also, like, an 8-minute drive is like a 35-minute walk.
Yeah, I think Jimmy was saying that he basically told this guy that he drives to work.
Yeah.
And his drive is 8 minutes. And the guy was like, you should be walking and not driving. Like, that's not even that far.
Which, like, yeah, I'm sure he does walk in the nice weather.
Right.
Sir.
Also, so many people drive 8 minutes. My high school was like 8 minutes away. Did you catch me walking there? No, because it was dangerous to walk there.
But see, this is the problem. It's like, this is why we can't just be honest and cut dates early, or yeah, like be, I guess, like straight to the point. Like, people take it so personally and they get so nasty, and you never know if someone's nasty, it means that they're like a murderer.
No, that's very true.
You know? And it's like the amount of dates I've been on that I just want to be like, hey, like, can we just like call a spade and not take this further than like the time that we've already spent here? Like, can we just like go home?
And yes, wait, that's such a good way to put it. Like, call a spade and not spend any more time than we already have. Like, I think you and I, we're both smart people.
Yeah.
We can both see this for what it is. It's not really a match.
And it's like, you can try. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no. Sorry. I was just going to say a normal person would be like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
A normal, emotionally mature person would be like, I know I am still a great person. I'm still kind. I'm still driven. I'm still successful, even if this person isn't my number one match.
Right.
But like, so many people, like, you don't know if they're going to react like that.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I tried also to sometimes give like nonverbal cues almost, or like you hope that people read in between the lines. If it's like, oh, do you want to get another drink? And you're like, no, like I got to get up. My go-to excuse, I probably shouldn't even say this because sometimes it's not true, but I'll be like, oh, I signed up for like a 6 a.m. cycle class.
But like most of the time that's true because
I know
you do that, and that's crazy to me.
But there have been times where I'm like, oh, like cancellation fee, like I gotta go. And they're just like, oh, okay. And they get another drink. That's happened to me multiple times. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, like, I want to leave.
See, that's a great example, though, of people that just don't understand social cues.
Yeah.
And that is such a hard, like, to your point that you made earlier, people not being self-aware. And part of not being self-aware is not asking the right questions, not understanding someone's politeness when they give you a form of rejection.
Yes.
And you take it as, I don't know, like, it's delusional, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think that that is part of not being realistic about dating. If you plan a date with a stranger, literal stranger that you met on an app, and you plan to go out for a drink or drinks, whatever, and you have both had a drink for an hour, you've had a conversation, and you say to them, hey, do you want to get another drink? If that person says no in any form, you need to accept that as we're done here.
Yes.
Unless they say, no, but I'll have a non-alcoholic drink, or let me order something else that's not a drink. Like, if they say, no, I'm not going to order anything, that means that this is over.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a very polite way of saying this is over and let's be done. The night is over. We've done our thing. We've done what we agreed to do, which is get one drink and talk for an hour. You know what our next episode should be? Decoding what people mean when they say things.
Yes.
And when people say this is what it means. There's no question behind it.
Oh my God, that is so true.
And also to the first point, which is the first hot take of this episode, which was, if someone gives me a cliche rejection, it basically tells me nothing. I think that some people don't accept a cliche rejection. Some people don't accept a rejection at all. Some people at any point of a relationship, whether it's the first date, fifth date, 10th date, they've been dated for 6 months or 10 years, someone can look you in the eye and tell you the truth. And if you are delusional and have been telling yourself a story about this person, you're not going to believe it, regardless of what they say. And so many people do that. And I think it's an epidemic. I think an epidemic is not believing people when they tell you the truth to your face.
Yeah.
And just not taking their truth as an answer and demanding that they give you more. And it's like, wait, but I feel like there's something, like, you don't want to date me, but like there's something you're not telling me. Like, give me more. And it's like, they just don't like you. It's really not that deep. It's, you're a great person. I just don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, it's really not that crazy. But it's people that get so obsessed with the story and are so infatuated with a random stranger. And then I actually think that like half the time when these people get out of it and like look back in hindsight, they can see that they were crazy and that they had all the answers they needed. Yeah. And that it really was just infatuation or like falling in love with the story. But when you're in it, you just can't see that.
No, you can't. Yeah.
And so, you know what, we should do a decoding thing where we're like, if someone says this is what they mean. And even if it's not what they mean, this is the outcome they want. Which is like, if you say, I'm not going to order another drink because I have to get up early, whether or not that's 100% true, the same outcome is going to happen.
Yeah.
The date's over.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what she means, okay? And if she ends the date, that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
You can send her another text and ask for a second date, but right now it's over.
Okay, and that's another thing that I could go on a side tangent about, just the length of first dates and how people think like, oh my God, it was a 4-hour first date. It was amazing. She's my soulmate. Like, I've literally had a guy be like, this guy I dated a couple years ago was like this. And he was like, oh, I just like knew you were different. Like, our first date was like 3.5 hours. I never had a date that long. What he doesn't know is the restaurant was clearly down a waiter and they were just like slammed and she was not giving us our check. So we sat there for so long. I was sitting there in agony. And yes, we did date and we had a great time during this like journey. But like that first date, it was not because it was so magical. I didn't want to leave. No, I wanted to leave, but it's rude to flag down a waiter. Okay. And I sat there. So I sat there.
But okay, first of all, that story is hilarious. And I also think that there's a deeper lesson here. Oh, it's a positive lesson that everyone can learn. Seriously. This is such a good example of whether or not your first date is like this amazing, outstanding experience that like I've never had anything like this or not. It really doesn't affect if you continue to date or not. Like,
yes,
because you are admitting right now that he interpreted this first date as like incredible and you interpreted it as I was ready to leave. Like, It wasn't that special. It was fine, but it wasn't that special. And you still continue to date him. So isn't that a testament to we don't need to become obsessed with the story, because you will continue to date people even though the first date you have isn't this like groundbreaking, like angels are singing experience.
Yes, because that's something I've learned in dating. It's actually pretty easy to have a good date. Like, that was a good first date.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to have a good first date. I don't know. I also find, I guess because I'm like, you know, I'm a writer. I like live in my head. I love like romanticizing life, and it's fun to just like have a good first date. That's all it has to be sometimes. And it can also mean that, yes, it goes to the second, third, 10th date and beyond. But it's also like, that's not necessarily a mark of like a happy life together. And some people just get so hung up on like, oh, the first date was just so different than any other date of my life. Like, they're my soulmate. It's like, you know how many good first dates I have?
No, that's so
never hear from them again, or they turn out to be absolute freaks by the second date. Like, it does not matter.
No, that is so true. And also, I would love to hear the statistic of extremely happy couples that were married for years and they're still in love and they're still happy. How many of them had a bad first date? And my friend is he's not anymore. He was in school for psychology and he this is irrelevant, but like basically he went through psychology school, decided to not actually be like a therapist. So he's not a therapist, but like he could basically be a therapist, and he worked as a therapist during his clinicals and whatnot. So anyway, he's read a lot of studies about the human brain and relationships and like how we form attachments. And he said that they, infamous they, did a study where they asked couples that didn't have like amazing first dates how they felt about each other, and they were like, yeah, like we love each other. Like the first date, it wasn't that great. Like it was fine. But it was everything else that like really made our relationship blossom and grow. And then 10 years later, they interviewed them again And their recollection of their first date was like, we hit it off from the start.
Of course.
It was amazing from day one. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday. Like,
Yep.
they sing the praises of their first date to the high heavens.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that stories are just stories. And like, even stories that work out, they're just not always magic. And sometimes it's the story itself that is magic and like not the reality of the details.
Yeah.
And so when you're very, very early on in dating, you need to spend more of your energy looking at the reality of the details.
Yeah.
Because you can change the story and make it beautiful when you've been married for 10 years. Happily
Sure.
married for 10 years.
And it's like in your vows. Like, I knew from the moment I saw you.
I
It's like,
know.
no, you didn't.
I know. And also, I was telling my friend that because one of my friends, he's a single guy going on dates with a lot of girls, and he's such a nice guy, but just like, it's a numbers game and has not found the person that he's meant to be with. He's been struggling with it recently because it's like, how many freaking dates do I have to go on until I meet the person that I'm meant to be with? Like, this is like getting old, you know?
Yeah.
And he is a very romantic guy. And I was like, you have to let go of this, like, I'm going to meet this person and just know. Because I think of multiple people that if I'm like, soulmates exist and these couples are the proof. Two couples that come to mind for me, one of them started when they were super, super young. And actually, the girl was like a little bit of an F-boy and kind of led the guy on. And they did this like back and forth and gave each other the runaround. And the guy chased the girl. And then finally, after years, they got together. And these two are meant to be. Like, they are soulmates. They are just perfect for each other. Like, I love them so much. I love them for each other. They're perfect. If a stranger hears about their love story, it's like, we knew from day one. And it's like, oh, but what's the truth? The truth is that this did not start as some like perfect love story where you both knew. But now you're going to tell the story as if it was. So like, it just goes to show that not every relationship starts with this like perfect all-knowing feeling.
No.
In fact, most of them didn't.
Right.
And it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ugh.
I know.
Hard to be right about everything. No, I'm just gonna.
It is hard. And also from the other perspective, I do kind of get it too, because I've also been there where it's like, yeah, if you have a bad first date, do you really want to go on a second?
Yeah.
Like, you get in your head about that too,
Oh,
where it's
absolutely.
like, you hear the stories of, yeah, I hated them, but I just gave them a chance, and then they're happily married. So it's like, you never really know which one to quite go with, I guess, because it's like, if the date was that bad, why would I go on a second? But then maybe you do come around. I don't know.
I also think there's a difference between like a bad date where you can tell the person is a good person, where maybe you can tell that they're nervous or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe you ask them the right questions and you're like, well, from everything I know about him, we would be a good match. So I'm going to give him a second chance and maybe like we'll both open up a little more. But maybe it's a bad date and then also they were incompatible with you in like many black and white ways. So
Yeah.
that's something that's so nuanced, and like there's a like millions of examples that we could talk about.
Because that could be an attraction thing too, where it's like, give the guy who's not your type a chance, and then you're like, oh, I'm giving it a chance, but like, he's so not my type. And then maybe after 5 dates, it's like, but you're so compatible in other ways. And then you get there and then you're in love. But again, it's not this romantic story that you're gonna like tell on your wedding day. Like, I kind of hated him, haha. Like, you know, people don't really say those things as much.
No, because they'll never tell you. They'll tell their friends like in the privacy of their own home. But like, that's not the story you broadcast to the world. But then I feel like it's like disingenuous, because then younger people look at those couples and they're like, damn, like I want to love like that. And it's like, you probably have a love like that. Like you have the thing where you guys were like on and off and like whatever, and it was a little bit toxic maybe for a minute there, but then you both grew up because you did that when you were 19. Like, I'm not saying that. Now I need to clarify. I'm not saying if someone is treating you horribly for years, I'm not saying wait around until it turns around. That's also a few and far between situation. But I'm saying that things might not be like absolutely perfect from the start connection wise. Like, maybe it takes time for this connection to grow.
Yes.
And maybe it takes time for you two to open up together. And maybe during that time you continue dating other people and you're going on and whatnot. But like, if someone is actually just being an absolute trash human to you, that's not the person you should be like waiting for your story to blossom with, you know?
No.
And let me get that straight. If you take one thing from this episode, it's if someone's someone's treating you horribly, they're not your soulmate.
Right.
I don't care. Unless they're like 5. Unless they treated you horribly in kindergarten. And then
in the sandbox.
Yeah.
In the proverbial sandbox.
Yeah. That's what we say. We're like,
there
we're
was
like,
no
yeah,
sandbox.
if someone was mean to me when I was 5, like, I might give them a chance when I'm 25. And then the comments are going to be like, you would really give someone a chance for spitting at a kindergartner when, like, they're a kindergartner too. It's like, okay, so sorry. So sorry.
Crazy.
Sorry, I feel like I kind of like went off on that one.
No, I think we both went off.
In a
I
big
think
way.
we had to go off.
Yeah, we had to go off.
Are there any like rapid fire ones?
I fear that none of them will be rapid fire for us because I think we did 3 and my list is 17. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Let me see if there's a rapid fire one. This is actually something I believe. A connection over texting means next to nothing 95% of the time. Get over that and meet face to face. I feel like you're into that too.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of one guy that texting, I was like, oh my God, he's so funny. Like, this will be so fun. And then it was so awkward in person.
Yeah.
I was like, but where's that guy?
Right. He lives behind the screen.
Yeah. Also, almost anyone can be funny when you get to take like a few minutes to think of your response and handcraft it with your roommates.
With your roommates.
And then like you get
In
there.
the living room. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find out it's the roommate the whole time and then you're like, where's his number?
Wait, I feel like that was like a trope of a movie or something.
I think so too.
Where like the best friend told her, like, you know, the ugly best friend who had a bun and glasses, like told the hot best friend what to say.
Yes.
And then the guy fell in love with the girl. And then it was like, wait, but that's not you. It was like the person in your ear. And then the girl takes her glasses off and like puts her hair down and suddenly she's not ugly anymore.
Right.
Even though she's smart. She's smart, but she's also beautiful. I'm looking at you, Ice Princess.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Best movie.
One of my favorite movies.
That is way more than a quarter cup.
Also, that's just the perfect example of like one of the most stunning actresses.
Yeah.
Michelle Trachtenberg, like seriously, that's so devastating.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. And she was so gorgeous and beautiful. And they like had to try to portray her as like
a nerd. Because she liked physics.
Yeah. And then like at the party, she like puts her hair down and like suddenly like,
oh my God,
everyone noticed. It's like she was stunning.
That was iconic. All Hayden Panettiere's character did was unclip her claw clip.
She said, flip it. And she's like, what? She's like, your hair, flip it. And then she flipped it and she's like sexy and cool.
Same outfit, like same everything.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
That is way more than a quarter cup.
I literally love that movie.
I love
so
that
much.
line so much.
Also, another
it's
one.
It's like so me.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's Hayden Panettiere's character is like a...
What is her name? I don't even know.
I definitely know it. Michelle Trachtenberg's character is named Casey.
Yes.
And then the blonde girl is named...
Casey.
I'll think of it. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds. Tina is the mom.
Wow, you're good. I didn't even know that.
I love this movie.
Yeah, the shrimp.
I'm trying to... Oh my God, yeah. The jumping shrimp. I'm trying to think of this little girl in it. This is going to help me think of it. This little girl in it sees the rating that the judges give to Casey. And she goes, junior level? That's what someone at senior
yes.
won."
Trish.
And then she turns to, she goes, is that true, Tina? That I skated at a junior level? And the mom goes, yeah, it's true. Everyone, pack up your bags. Cars are here, or something like that. And then she's like, Tina, what if I wanted to compete? And the mom is like, you can't. And then she's like, Nikki is the jumping shrimp. She's like, Nikki's parents work 3 jobs. And this other girl's parents took out a second mortgage. Ice time, it ain't cheap, or something like that. And she's like, she's just doing this whole runaround. This is so embarrassing. What the hell is her name?
It's not going to happen. Zoe was the,
Zoe!
the goth one.
Goes, nice skates. I'm sorry. I love that movie so much.
I love the flick.
And then I remember Disney Channel did like a special where they talked about the flick and how many times they had to do it. Nice skates. And that's where she says it too. She says it on the side of her mouth. Nice skates.
What was the line after that? She like commented on her broken feet or something.
Well, she competed because I think she did the nice skates to the shitty to like the dilapidated skates.
Oh, and then the new skates, that was the line where she was like,
she's like, you can't compete on new skates. They take 4 to 6 weeks to break in. Tina would know that, or like something like that.
And then it all dawns on
that's
her.
what she knows. Oh my God. And the mom of Casey, I forget her real name.
Joanne Cusack?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
She is such a good actress. And like when she's giving that monologue and she's like, my daughter is brilliant and she will succeed at whatever she does, despite people like you and your daughter trying to convince her otherwise. Why can I actually quote that movie? This is embarrassing.
I'm looking it up now. I must.
Wait, don't tell me.
I won't tell you, but I must know.
Her name is, oh my God, what the hell is her name? This is not good.
Casey Carlisle.
Casey Carlisle.
Oh.
Give me the letter.
Okay. Well, see, now you're really not going to get it because they spelled it weird. G.
Gina? No.
Jen.
Her name's Jen? I forgot that. That is...
I feel like they maybe didn't even like say her name.
That's the level that Jen and Nikki are on. Is that true,
right?
Gina? That I skated at junior level?
Wow.
I freaking love that movie.
I'm playing the soundtrack in my head.
Oh my God. The Ally and AJ song.
Yeah.
So good.
And then she's like trying to like go to Harvard.
Oh my God, when her mom takes her to the lunch and she's like, I gotta go to this skating competition. And then the woman's like, it rocks. And we have a really cool theater program and it rocks. And then the mom's like, she's like, do you have time for a tour? And the mom's like, we have nothing but time. The writing is so good.
It's actually good.
God. Teddy drives the Zamboni. Teddy the Zamboni driver. Orthodontist, new night guard fitting. Me and Kelee reenacted a bunch of the scenes from that movie. So good. It's on my TikTok. Okay,
Okay, yeah. I could talk about that forever, but
I know.
It's fine.
We're going to end the podcast and then keep talking about it.
Yes. Excellent. Watch it.
This is really a look into my brain. This is like how my brain works. Is like I've never seen like Casablanca, but I can actually quote Ice Princess.
Yeah. Voltaire, hair.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's another offender of the when your hair's up and you have glasses, you're ugly.
Yeah.
They tried to make Anne Hathaway ugly.
Please.
They
gave her a hair straightener.
Seriously. They were like curly hair. Ugly. Also, how messed up is that?
I know.
Think about that.
Well, it was pretty frizzy.
Okay, you know what? It wasn't, they made it, it wasn't just that it was curly. It was like they made it like crazy.
Unkempt.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
like the eyebrows.
Oh my God, the eyebrows. If Brooke Shields and Groucho Marx had a baby, that child would have your eyebrows. And she's like, you broke my glasses. You broke my brush. I have a problem.
I'm obsessed with your brain right now.
I actually have a problem.
All I know is Voltaire, hair. I would rather learn about Voltaire.
Okay, Lily. Mia, hat off. Something like that. Actually, I will say, growing up, my sister and I, we had 2 movies that played in our room like constantly because we had this like little TV that had a VHS player in it, and it was always playing Princess Diaries. And then we had a projector that would shine a movie on our ceiling every single night, and it would play on a loop, a DVD loop all night, and it was Aquamarine. So I can quote those movies, and somehow I can quote Ice Princess.
Yeah. See,
She's
Aquamarine, blind spot for me.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it when you finally watch it.
When I'm 96 years old.
When you're next week.
Okay.
When you're today years old.
Perhaps. Summer movie night.
Yes.
There's time.
Oh my God, I love that movie. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. This is all my fault.
No.
Do you have anything else to say? I'm gonna shut the hell up.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
Subscribe to my Substack.
Yes, it's linked in the description.
For a good time.
Yes.
For a great time. Clip this. See, now I'm going to steal their whole thing.
Clip this.
It's just so funny. Every time they're like, Dear Media, clip this.
That's so funny. I love it. Kenny, clip this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Clip all the stuff about the Ice Princess.
Yes. No, actually.
Jen. Yeah, I don't really remember Jen.
She was so not a Jen.
If you have any sense of self-preservation, you'll scatter. Iconic.
Oh my gosh. Samantha.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We love you. Should we say another quote? No, I'm kidding. We appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.